Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Happytohook Creations. Today is Sunday. It is the 6th of July, and I hope everyone is having a good day so far. This video today, I'm going to show you a very small yarn haul from Ollie's in a town about 45 miles from where I live, and purchases 2 mugs that I totally forgotten about from when I was in Texas, because we do not have a Disney store here, but they had one there. So I'm going to show you those. And I do have some makes from last night. I finished the Granny Square blanket, and then I had some other makes from last night. Now I'm working on another blanket for someone. And yeah, so if you're new to my channel, hello. Thank you so much for being here. You are more than welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. I appreciate each and every one of you. Now, it is the 6th of July, so if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary, congratulations. Happy anniversary to you both. So, yeah, and it's still pretty hot here. I think it's only going to be 90, and I say that because it's usually hotter. I mean, we've had some really, heat advisory days already. So 90 degrees is kind of a little, we like that. And the humidity is not too high either. So I hope that you guys have good weather where you are as well. We are expecting a little bit of rain. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into anything major, but you know, if it does, it does. We know where to go. Okay, so let me start with the purchases. Then I'll show you what I made because the blanket got really large. I did measure it. I'll go over the specs and everything with you when I show it to you. So first, if you guys don't know what an Ollie's is, it's like a discounted store. I had no idea what it was until I went to visit my brother when Jack and I were there. I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago. They have them, I feel like, on every corner there. But yeah, I went in there and I thought, oh, this place isn't that bad. And my brother goes, and his wife Lori, they go a lot. And there's just so many great things you can find. I just bought a tent because mine, or canopy, I guess you call them a canopy. So my canopy for my craft shows when I go outside, yeah, it broke when my granddaughter Sierra was doing a show on one of the hottest days here. So yeah, that was crazy. We were not even back from Texas yet. And she was really hot. She did really well that day though. But anyway, the canopy broke. I had to get another one. And it just so happened that the night we were coming back, on Sunday that week, Ollie's was running a sale for all members. And I've got a membership card, and they gave you an extra 15% off everything in the store except for lawn furniture. Lawn furniture and outside furniture was an extra 25% off. So the canopy classified as outside furniture, and I got it for 52 bucks. I mean, and it's a 10 by 10. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh. So I was really excited about that. So now I've got a new tent to use. I do have confirmation for one of our largest events here in September. Well, it's not in this town. It's actually in Clinton. So if anyone's around familiar with the area, it's the Apple and Pork Fest. It's a 2-day event. Thousands upon thousands of people show up. I've only done this event once because I did it one year. Then the next year, Abigail turned 16. Then the next year, for her 17th birthday, we were in town. Then the next year that week, she was turning 18 and we had plans. So, and that was all last year. We had a lot going on, but this year it's not on her birthday. We don't have anything planned for that week. And so I went ahead and applied, and I received my acceptance letter, and I'm in a building, so I don't need my canopy. I'm very excited about that. Excuse me. So we'll see what happens. You're going to see lots of prep because I feel like it's already July, you guys. It's the end of It's the end of September, but even though I don't have anything this month, after I'm done sorting out and swapping out my yarn, because I do have some swaps in the makes, I need to really buckle down and start getting, I have to get a lot of $5 items made. And then, you know, just basic inventory in general. I need to up my game. So it's kind of like 2 or 3 times the amount of stuff that I had for my 5-day event that got rained out like 3 out of 5 days. But whatever. But anyway, so I've got a game plan. I'm writing things down. It's a lot easier when I do it that way, so my brain doesn't like totally and completely freak out. And because right now it's like, oh, it's July 6th. This is the end. You've got like 3 shows, 3 shows in August, and then you have 2 shows in September, and they're big ones. Now, the Apple and Pork Fest is the biggest show of this year that I have. Autumn on the Boulevard, though, is a good one as well. It's always been a very profitable thing for me. So those 2, one is at the beginning of the week, and the other one, or the beginning of the month, the other one is at the end of the month. So, and in between there, I don't have anything. So I'm kind of glad that that happened, because then that means that I can do some prep, you know, however many days I have between the 2. I think it's like 3 weeks actually, or close to it. I think it's September 6th for one, and then the 26th and 27th, or 27th, 28th, somewhere around there, that Friday or Saturday and Sunday. So I have a game plan. We shall see. I am trying out or looking up new patterns that aren't going to take me a long time, but would be at a good price point, and I can make a bunch at a time. So I'll explain that to you here in a minute. Let me get the Ollie stuff, because I have it stacked. See those bags? Those are my Ollie stuff. I don't know why they give me so many. But anyway, I was really excited about this Ollie's, and I didn't go nuts. And you guys might have seen one of the yarns already, because I made 3 loaf cats out of that one skein. But, and this is it. I didn't, like I said, I didn't go crazy. I don't know why they're all separate. That's kind of weird. I'm going to take them out of the bag. Get those in the recycling, because I'm just gonna put them up. So these were an extra 15% off, and they were already, I got my receipt. They were already, gosh, I am running out of space, you guys. $4 and, let me see, $4.99. Yeah, so these were $4.99. I got an extra 15% off for it's called Bargain Battalion. That was the offer. So I got 70% off of that, which made them $4.24. And the only reason I got these is I don't have the colors. So, like I said, they had boxes upon boxes, but I had it all. So I'm like, nope, got it. Look, I was going, nope, got it at Joann's. Jack says, what about this one? Got it at Joann's. So what about this one? Got it at Joann's. I feel like that was like we were in like repeat mode. Now I do have this one already. Oh, it's kind of looking worse for wear, but trust me, I probably did this getting it in here. It didn't look that bad. I have one of these, but I wanted another one. So this colorway is Forest Sage. I might have 3, because I thought that was really pretty, and I thought I'll get one. If I have 1 or 2 here, I don't know how many, but 2 is still not bad, because I can mix and match with those colors to make a blanket. I think a lot of my family members are going to get blankets from me this year, especially since I bought all of that blanket yarn. Now, I do like making cats and stuff out of blanket yarn, y'all, but I got a lot of blanket yarn when Joann's was having their sale, and then you got an additional 30% off. I think when I checked, it was like $2.36 for a skein of blanket yarn. So yeah, so it's okay if I give some away for blankets or something, because I still like using my Chenille Basics, or Basics Chenille Premier, and my Parfait Chunky. I love those 2 as well. So I thought, yeah, that would make a nice little blanket, and then I'll just add one of those colors to it for the accent color. And again, they were all $4.24. Then I got 2 of these, and they're both, let me make sure, because this colorway is Ocean Teal. Yeah, they just look a little different in the center, but they're essentially the same. And I didn't want to just get one. I don't have a lot of this type of the ombres. I like the I don't know what it was called, phasing maybe. I was trying to find some of those, but it's okay. But anyway, I am gonna make like this. This would probably make really great whales. It would make a pretty cool looking shark. So maybe I'll give one of these to Sierra and she can see how that works up. Um, Loaf cats. So I do use a lot of blanket yarn for certain items, but like for my mini octos, I use it, the thicker yarn, but I prefer Parfait Chunky. Although if I use blanket yarn, which I have before, man, I can make like an octo in probably 7 minutes. I think it's what I timed myself as. So these blanket yarns they're just great. They really are great for making amigurumi. So that was teal. Okay, so I got 2 of those. And then the only other thing I got was the what I made the cats out of, golden rays. So I bought 4. I used 1 skein. 1 skein of this got me 3 loaf cats. And yeah, and this is golden rays, but look at how different they are. They're all the same, but they're all golden. They're all golden rays. So this one has all the white on the outside, and I was like, oh, I need like 2 of those, and I thought, wait a minute, that's the same thing. I think it's really cool how it's wound up. But the 4th one was more like the bottom 2 with the gold, and the white one I thought was really cool. And the neat thing is all 3 of my cats are different. So yeah, whoops. So let me get that one. And they had a huge box. The box was like probably half my size. I'm 5'4.5", so not really saying much. But it was full of just the color or golden rays, just the golden rays colors. I don't know. And I think this box, or this was, oh no, I didn't show you guys this either. Let me see if there were receipts in here. Okay, so when we were in Texas, we went to San Marcos, the Tanger Mall. Some pronounce it Tangier. I always pronounced it as Tanger. I don't know, whichever, whatever's best for you. But we went there, and they had this shop that was called Go. There's the receipt right there. See? It says Go. And that was another discount shop. And if you remember, I showed you guys some stuffies or plushies or whatever that my brother picked out for me because he knows I make lovies. And so since we're already in San Marcos, he's like, this is a shop where I got those plushies at for you. And I'm like, oh, great. Let's go in there and take a look. So that's what's in here. So let me show you what I got because they're super cute. And I don't know. I just thought they would make really nice lovies. There's only like 4. Yeah. I didn't get very many because I have like a lot, but I didn't have these. So I didn't want to go crazy, but yeah. So they had this one. They put the tag over the tag. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Come on. There we go. This is Eva. And I thought she was such a cute little elephant. And see, they're all by dots. So some of the dots were $3. I think the green dots were $5 and the yellow dots were $3. So $3. And it's a tie. Beanie Boo. So I got her. Okay, and then, of course, I had to get this one. I don't know why he's looking like that, but he's so cute. Jujutsu Kaisen or Kaijin or however you say it, I don't know. I just thought he is absolutely adorable, and I have to have him. He is a green, so he was a $5 item. Isn't it adorable? I'm not keeping it for me. It's going to my daughter, Amanda. She collects pandas. And I just thought, oh my gosh, he's so cute. I don't know, like, if you would dangle him on something because he's so big. But she's got quite a collection of pandas. So I'll be taking her that this week. Sirens. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, he is just too adorable. I just love him. I love him so much. So I'm going to keep him out so I know to give him to Amanda. Then I saw this one. This was also a $5 item. I can't read that. Oh, Silkies. Now she is really soft. And the neck is very pliable. You know, I can make a little thing on her. But I thought she was really cute. So I got that. And I love the kawaii eyes. Very nice, soft little eyes. Adorable. She's got a little tail going on. So yeah, I thought she was nice and squishy. We'll see how it works up. But I do have some ponios for extra thick hair, so they're just slightly larger than a regular ponytail holder. So that's what I got that for. And then the last two things I got was, it's a rattle bear. And I'm going to just take this one off because they had a boy and a girl one, and they were $5. And I thought, oh, there we go. I'm going to put that down there. So I thought I'm going to get one of each and put a blanket. And I know the blanket's going to have to be a little bit larger to cover up because they're quite large than normal, but they're so cute. And one says, what does it say? Oh, baby boy and baby girl. Now, come on. They're adorable. So, $5. And I thought, that's really cute. Now, I don't normally buy them this size, but come on. Everyone has a baby shower they got to go to. They just do. Got all these packages I've got to get out. They're stacked up right here by the thing. Okay, so I showed you all the yarn. That was my yarn haul from Ollie's. And then I had two. Oh, there we go. That's why my bag, I didn't have them. Okay, so the weird thing, it's just weird, not, crochet related, but these are but you guys know, I love drinking coffee and tea, and I collect mugs. So we went right next door to the Go store was a Disney store. I love going into the Disney store, you guys. I'm even wearing my Minnie Mouse mom shirt today. But so we went in there and looked around. That was the last day of the sale. They had an additional 30% off of clearance. Oh, if my kids were little, I would have gone nuts into that place. I mean, I would have gone nuts. I did not, though. I just got these two mugs. I'm going to show them to you. But the weird thing is, when I was going to check out, she was like, do you want to carry these out, or do you want to buy a bag for $1.50? And I thought, what? And since I already had my Go bag, I was like, I'll just put them in the bag that I've got. I'd never heard anybody ask me if I wanted to pay for a bag. I thought that was weird. Anyway, an extra 30% off. And I don't have a receipt, but I can definitely tell you the prices are still on the mugs themselves. And I thought they were really cool. They had so many, guys. They had this cute little Groot. It was baby Groot, and then it was adult Groot. Two separate ones, and they came with a Groot spoon. But I thought, no, I just want a mug that I can just throw something big that I can do my 12 or 16 ounce cup of coffee in, because sometimes I'll have 2 cups of coffee in a day, just kind of depending on my vibe for the day. So both of these, one cup was $7.98 and the other one was $9.98. It was 30% off of that. So this one was $7 and this one was $6. Somewhere around there. It was very inexpensive, but I love me some Mickey, so I had to get this mug. See, and there's the price, $9.98, and I got 30% off of that. But isn't that cool? Nice big mug. Love it. Love the handle. Love that. And then this one. Now, even though this says Disneyland, I've been to Disney World and Universal a few times, because our thing is we take our grandchildren whenever we have a grandchild that's old enough. Then we will our gift to them, like whether it's their birthday or a holiday or whatever, is to take them to Disney World. But I've yet to go to Disneyland because I've never been to California. And so when I saw this, I thought, yep, I want that mug. And I thought that was really cute. So, ooh, I thought that was neat. $7.98 and then 30% off of that. So what was that? $2.40 off. That's just, God, such a great deal. So 2 new mugs. Jack's like, you got to get rid of 1 or 2 in order to get these in the cabinet. I go, no, I don't. Like, maybe you should get me one of those mug stands and I can just display them out on my countertop or something. I'm not getting rid of my mugs. I love them all so much. Okay, so that's my yarn haul. That's my mug haul. So I'm going to show you the amigurumi that I made last night and then the blanket. Okay, so I didn't make a lot of amigurumi because I looked at that and I thought, I really got to get that blanket finished. I started that thing in the car 2 weeks ago when we were on vacation. I really needed to do something. It might even be going into the 3rd week. So I wanted to get it done because I've got another one I need to finish for someone. I told them I would finish it, and I've already put several rows on it, and it is almost done, but I would like to get that completed. So I have one new item that I've never made, and then the other ones are the same. So I used the In Harmony Premier Basics chenille that I used to make the turtle and the stingray. And then I had some leftover purple yarn. It was just a little ball of yarn because I was in there fiddling around with the yarn, trying to get everything organized and ready to be boxed up. And I thought, oh, that's going to look kind of cool. So I used the rest of this purple. And when I ran out, you guys, I had just enough. I had like an inch left when it was time to do the tentacles when I finished the last row. And so I just used some of the In Harmony, made tentacles. It looks like a little flower. It looks like a little flower octo or something. But I think it turned out really cute. So there's that. And then I made another one, just all In Harmony. Same with this one. So this one is all from Jade pattern, and Sweet Softies. This is with an H hook. This is with a K hook, and this is the difference. So, you know, if you want to make some little minis, this with the blanket, this is really comparable to blanket yarn. It's just so thick and soft, and this worked up so much quicker than, you know, if you were going to use like a smaller hook or smaller yarn. So I do like the way those turned out. So there's 3 more octos. And I'm just putting them in the bin in the living room because I got to tag everything that's not at a $5 price point. Then this one is by the YouTube Raining Charms with a Z at the end. And I forgot her name. I want to say Kira, but I don't think that's right. But Raining Charms, I'll have the tutorial in the link in the description box. So she wanted to make a cute little hippo. And I like hippos. I thought they're adorable, and I wanted to make some in different colors. So my sister-in-law Lori and I got to talking. We had gone when we were at the mall. They had this. It's kind of like a Dave and Buster's. If anybody knows what that is, it's like an arcade place, and you can eat and watch sports and stuff like that. But as soon as you walk in at this entry, on the left-hand side, there's this huge game that's Hungry Hungry Hippo from like back in the day. And the hippos are big, so the kids sit on the hippos, and then they can like control its mouth from on the top of his head, I think, or the side is where they have the handles. But it made me think, oh man, one of these times I'm going to have to make some hippos in different colors. Now, I only made one because it just popped in my brain last night, and I thought, oh, yeah, let me make one and see how easy it is. This was super easy, super quick. It's her own pattern. And again, it's Raining Charms, but she made a no-sew. I mean, it's just no-sew at all. You just work everything in together. And this took me less than 30 minutes, and I'd never made one before. So I thought, wouldn't this be cute to just make them in a bunch of bright colors? And some gray, but it's just so stinking cute. It's absolutely adorable. I hope they sell well. When I did my regular sized hippos, they sold well. I believe I ended up making like 4 or 5. I don't know. But whatever I made, I sold them all. And this is so cute. And again, this is by Raining Charms. And I will put her tutorial link in the description box below if anyone wants to make it. Super quick to make, all one. No sewing at all. You just work them, not all one, but you know what I mean. You work them in as you go. That's my kind of pattern. All right, so that's all the amigurumi part of it. Now, let's talk a blanket. So I showed you guys a picture of this blanket. It was white, tan, I think black, white, tan, gray, and brown. And the colorway on this particular one, and if you know anything about anniversary cakes, they try not to bring the same color back. So whenever they introduce a new one, it's a whole new line of colors. This one is birch bark, and it's a super bulky number 6. They recommend an 11 hook. I used an M, which is a 9mm, I believe. And oh no, sorry. Well, it says, I was looking at the knitting, but they recommend an 8mm hook, USL, or an 11. I use an M hook, which is a 9. It's got 1,061 yards in it, and I had just a little ball left. When I got to the last one, when I was on the last row, I was like, oh man, just let me get to the end of this row. And then I won't have to, I don't have to worry about it. Just so let me have enough yarn just to finish. I had enough, so I was so excited. Anyway, so it was an anniversary cake. It only took one cake. Usually when I use the anniversary cakes, when I make a blanket, when I have time, and I was just in the car traveling, so I thought I'll take one just to see. So I did finish it up. I usually use what we're all calling the Lisa stitch. So I know that there's like I think it's a seed stitch, or I don't know if it's the seed or the linen stitch. Anyway, there is a stitch where you chain an odd number of stitches, and then the second chain from the hook, you do a single crochet. Then in the second, you skip one. One is you skip one and then you do a double. One stitch is that you do a single crochet in one and then a double crochet in the next. I do a single crochet in one and a half double crochet in the next, all the way to the end. Then you chain one. Every single time you change or you turn the row, you got to chain one first. And then you just do the reverse. You put a half a double in the single, single and half double. Makes a really cool textured thing. And I didn't want to use a half double or a double crochet one day when I was making that. So I just decided, half double crochet will be just as fine. I've been using that stitch ever since. So I'm sure there's something out there. We've come really close, but it's not exactly how I do mine. So, and if there is one out there, great. Well, I mean, we'll call it what it is, but that's just what we've been doing. And that makes such a nice size blanket. It's like, I believe it's I want to say 4 feet by 5 feet. And I don't have any of those blankets because I've gotten rid of all of them. And Amanda, the Knitted Crocheter, my middle daughter, usually when I have an anniversary cake and she's at the house, she just picks one up and goes and makes a blanket. She's probably got one still on the back of her couch. If you see her do videos in her living room, that was an anniversary cake as well that I gave her. So I had a few laying around, and that's why I decided to do it. So this square, like I said, I used an M hook. It was my clover hook that I used. And it turned out really big. This one I'm keeping because I have 2 leather couches in my living room, and they're like a caramel color, and it's perfect. I put it over. It was just perfect, you guys. So this is the colorway. This is what it looks like. I took a picture of it on our one of our recliners in the living room, and it just looked so nice. Jack was like, I was really worried about that colorway. I've got so much stuff in this room. Well, let me see if I can at least kind of give you guys a better idea. Anyway, and he was like, I didn't know how it was going to look. And I thought, I know, right? So guys, I've measured this. This is a 50-inch square. So it made a 50-inch square. I used, like I said, I used an M hook, and oh my gosh, let me get it. There's the end right there. So an M hook, and I just love the pattern it makes. That's why I like variegated yarn so much, because it just all looks so different. But anyway, this is it. It's done. It's going to go over the end of my couch. It looks really, really nice because my couch is just it's like a caramel color, like I said. It just looks so nice. And I wasn't really sure about this one. I just grabbed one, and I thought, when I was packing, I was like, I'll take an anniversary cake. And I always take more yarn that I can use, you guys, but it takes so long to get from point A to point B in San Antonio because it's just so massive. And I always just had a little ball of yarn with me and a hook and was like working on something. So, and then, you know, you got the drive back home. So I was able to get a lot done. I was really excited about that. But I'm glad I started this because I didn't want it to just sit around. I wanted to make sure that I finished it. So now we know that if you use an M hook, I'm not a tight or a loose crocheter. I think I'm right in between. I'm just like the median. And like I said, I used a size M hook, which is a 9mm, and it made a 50-inch square. So this would be great to just like kind of cover up a small child with, or just kind of cover yourself up if you've got like a slight chill in the wintertime or whatever. I mean, because I know it's got holes and stuff in it, but I just love granny squares. It was my mom's favorite thing to make. She loved making granny squares. So I really enjoyed making this. This is nice and soft. I don't know if I'll make another blanket after anytime soon after I complete the one that I'm working on, but you never know. Don't have any other trips or anything lined up, but if I do decide to go somewhere, if we plan like a weekend trip, maybe I'll take one so that I won't have to carry a lot of stuff with me when I make amigurumi. And you don't have to take the fluff with you, because I was seriously thinking, don't take the fluff, just take the yarn and at least the eyes, right? And then that way I'll just have flat bodies of everything and just finish them up when I get home. And then I thought, oh, it's just the two of us. And Jack was like, put everything in the backseat that you need. And I was like, okay, sold. So that's what I did. I am glad that I did it that way, but it was super fun. I'm glad I got, some good deals on yarn. 15% off is not bad. So yeah, I had fun. I've got more things, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'll make sure to put this link below in case anyone wants to make a little baby hippo. I do know that Raining Charms, I think she tells you in the video that she sells out of these every time because she only puts them for $5, because you can make so many of them with a skein of yarn. So I'm gonna get a skein of yarn. I'm gonna find that out. You know I'm gonna find out. But yeah, I don't know what I'm planning on making tonight. I don't have any yarn. I wanted to make sure that I got this blanket done last night, and I had time, so I was able to make four more little plushies, and that'll just add to my inventory because, like I said, I got a lot of shows coming up, so that will be great. We'll see what I make. I'll put a picture, put it up on Facebook, or just maybe surprise you guys tomorrow and let you know what I ended up making. So that is it for today. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay safe. I'll see you when I see you. Happy hooking. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.